Hi, in this video on my robotic hand I want to focus on the construction of this winch, kind of winch. Last time I constructed this way of changing the physical moment to the hand, and this is, to say the least, not really fixed. And to do that, change that, I will replace a few parts so that it hopefully is fixed. And to do that, I've constructed two pieces that will be here instead of these two, with these blocks on top of here, so that there is at least no way that this can change. The only thing that remains then is the fixation of this cord. I'll have to find a solution for that, and a more rigid construction for the motor. But first let me replace these parts. I have replaced those parts, and this is a lot more rigid now. Also made some change in this with an extra knot, so I can move this, but even this is not quite okay. Nice for a start though. And another thing that I have to change is the setting of this motor, because it is quite flexible in this way, and that is not quite desired. How I can fix this I have to find out yet, but this is anyway not the way. I probably should fix this against this part of the arm, but I have no means to that yet, or at this moment anyway. So I have to find a solution to fix this as well. So let's see how that can work out. I changed the motor fixation. I've put a connector block, or whatever it is called, in here, fixed the block to it, and this I can slide up and down. So it's now gripping this gear. Could work. It is not connected to electricity yet. However, if you see, this gear might work, but if you compare this one to this gear, I'll lift the camera a little bit, then you see that this is larger than this one, which has the consequence that this one will be pulling faster than this one is lifting the arm. So I probably will have to change this gear into the large one to keep that equal. So before I wire things, I think I should do that. Maybe I should first wire and test. I think I do the first. Wire and test. For testing this newly wired setup, I use the diagnostics interface. So let's try and see how this works out. I see something happening, but not on the lower end, which is of course due to the fact that that is loose here. It can move freely. But I can't see anything happening on the lower end. Okay, I did see that happen. So this is of course still a problem, but I somehow have to see to fix this. Let's lift it and I don't have the illusion that this will work perfectly, but at least I can try. So now it is pushed against this gear. Let's see if something else happens. And as expected, this doesn't work out very much, so I will have to change this gear to reach a better result. And if I take such a big gear, then it shows that the holes are on the same place. I just have to extend this, and that's a little bit of a downside of the whole idea. So with those two wheels or gears put in place, let's put them here a little bit. A little bit larger, but that is reason to extend the whole thing. This has to be like this, or not. I think it has to be higher still. On the other hand, when this goes on, it has to be readjusted anyway. So I think I have to see how to reconstruct this, because this part here isn't really flexible. And I mean this construction here. So let's see if we can do that. And to my surprise, it quite fits well. So now I have a smaller gear here and a larger gear here. This one is the same size as in this place. And I didn't have to reconstruct the whole thing, it just fits. Barely, but it fits. So the only question is how this is going to hold. Good question, but at least they have the same gear ratio now. So I can see and test how this works out. So let's try again. Oops, that is not going well. And okay, then I see that I have put the wires in the wrong direction. And that I couldn't see previously, so let's rewire. That is better, or should be better. Okay. This can turn all the way down. I hope this is rigid enough, but somehow I doubt it. So let's see how this works out. This gear has gone loose. You'll never know. That doesn't work out quite well, and mostly because of this construction here. Let me lift the camera a bit. This construction is still not as rigid as it should be. That is what's causing the rattling, and that means that I have to fix this thing with the parts that I've got. So let me try to fix that as well now. So using a few new parts, I extended this to the outside, this frame, and connected this. Hopefully it pulls things together. Also I put the cap on here to keep these two closer together, and I still have to do it on the other side, but this looks a lot more rigid. The only downside is that when things go wrong, things go really wrong, and the whole thing trembles apart, but that's what tests are and experiments are. But so far it looks like getting the way I like it. So first the other side. So with both ends fixed, it stays this way now. I can move it freely, so there's no problem. and this cord here is not really strong, I see. This is better, but still a test has to show that it is as rigid as I hope it is. So let's do a test again. And that is not going as well as I had hoped. The main cause of it being that this is not rigid. The axis in here is not rigidly connected to the arm, and that I do have to fix. So that is one problem that remains now. For now, this has been fixed, the motor is connected okay. I've fixed these 2 points, and I think that for now it is fine with me. I still have to think about the rigid connection of the remaining axis to the arm, or to the elbow to be more precise. That's for another time. So for now I think it's thank you for watching, and to be continued.